Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we're going to be coming out to you bullshitting about the big numero uno in video games right now, at least when it comes to video game consoles, Sony. Let's go ahead and get the introduction out of the way. I'm the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And Grey Mouse 1.
Sony, as we know, when it comes to the video game industry and all of that, right now in the console space, they're in position number 1. Last count, the estimated number of Sony PS4 sold worldwide was topping out around an estimate of 68 million worldwide. No one really knows how many Xboxes, Xbox Ones, the Microsoft has sold out, including the ones for the Xbox One X and everything else. People are estimating that they're probably maybe around 40 million. But in that regard, obviously, Sony has this huge commanding lead in the particular, their portion of the video game industry, which allows them some certain freedoms, all right? It allows them to sit there and say no when people start, asking them about, cross-platform network play. Fuck you very much, Sony. Thank you. All right. That's one thing that it allows them to do. It allows them to do risky things like going out of their way and on, the PlayStation Now streaming service and everything else. It allows them to actually release PS4 games, which we honestly, when we were discussing it, we honestly didn't expect that to happen for another few years from now, really. But they went ahead and they're making that available for folks with capable PCs. And in a bit of a twist, they started something that's called the PlayStation Rewards program. All right. For anybody who's out there who may be somebody who cares about their gamer score, their PSN score, or their trophies that they go ahead and they accumulate and everything, pretty much a lot of that stuff is like, oh, hey, look, this is just a running tally of the type of things that you can do in the games that you play. Functionally, not much, really. Except unless somebody wants to go ahead and look through your actual, your PSN profile and they can see, oh, hey, these are all the games, Grey Mouse has played. These are all the games that the Theme has played. These are all the trophies that they've gathered. And then they can kind of get a snapshot of what your gaming habits are, whether or not you go out and you chase all the platinum trophies out there, or if you just go ahead and grab a few golds, or maybe they can sit there and say, hey, look, this particular game, people are chasing like golds and platinums all over the place. It's probably a game that's worthwhile. But really, no real function to it, all right? With the PlayStation Rewards program that they went ahead and they announced out, last week, basically the beginning, first week in November, one of the big things that they announced was that you can actually take your trophies that you earn on PSN, whether they be bronze, silver, gold, or platinum trophies, and you can go ahead and turn these trophies in for a certain amount of points that you accumulate on PSN. Those points can then be traded in for credit that you could use on any of your PSN account. So, for instance, if you find yourself with let's see here, 100 silver trophies can be redeemed for 100 points. Okay, 25 gold trophies can be redeemed for 250 points, and 10 platinum trophies can be redeemed for 1,000 points. Okay, and at 1,000 points, that's worth $10 that you could use on the PSN store for anything that's out there. This is kind of interesting because I thought that's kind of what they were hoping to do when they started doing all of the gamer scores and shit before. Maybe I'm remembering things wrong, but I think this is kind of interesting. It's going to be really interesting what, as far as incentivizing people to go ahead and play through thoroughly as far as all of their games. What are your guys' thoughts on this particular one? It seems like another carrot to dangle in front of your nose.
Well, as you just pointed out, weren't Sony and Microsoft supposed to be doing this shit in the first place?
I
thought that when you earned achievements, well, I thought it was announced with the PS3 and with the 360, primarily the 360, but when you earned achievements, it was supposed to go to things like this. But I guess they just didn't pull the trigger of that. Now that they're doing it, it's like, okay, my main question, and this is one of the main problems for a lot of gamers out there, what about the motherfuckers that have already earned all kinds of trophies? They're ass out. They're not going to be able to turn those in because they've already earned them. You know, you can't edit the past. They're not going to say, oh, since you got all these trophies, we're going to, you know, just pony up the points. No, they're not going to do that.
No. And that is one caveat that we've got to go ahead and throw out there. You know, under the details that they've got on the PlayStation Rewards program, this only applies to trophies that you acquire from this point forward. So if you're somebody who's hunted down platinum trophies on all the games in your library, okay, up until right before the beginning of November, pretty much those platinum trophies, they're nice to look at, and that's the only purpose that they're going to serve you. What are your thoughts on it, Gray Mouse?
This is very interesting because I find it in one of those cases that another company took an idea from another company and made it better. I mean, Microsoft, you got to give hands down for him because they're the one who created the achievement. And then Sony took that in and made trophies. And now Sony's one up in that game. And now it's actually, you get something from that, from collecting them. But I want to wonder if this is a plan or a behind-the-scene plan on trying to make people to get digitally only, because as of right now, that's the only way that you could turn those points in is digital-only games that are on the PlayStation Network. So is that going to encourage people to buy digital-only games now instead of the physical media? Is this a way that they're trying to get rid of physical media? And this is something you got to really think about. I don't know if we're the only ones that thought about this, but I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind is like when you were saying that you could get stuff off the PlayStation Network, games and stuff off the PlayStation Network that's on there, that's all digital anyway, you know, so you're getting a digital prize for you completing the game.
I doubt that Sony themselves are going to start sending checks to people's homes.
Exactly.
So I see your point, Gray Mouse.
So this may be a sly little thing that they're trying to do to get us to go into digital only. I mean, because unless there's a way that they can, okay, you have an account, you have 3,000 points in it, we'll send you a coupon so you could go to a retail store and buy your game if that's what you want. I don't see that happen. I mean, that might be happening. That might be part of the program. But at this particular point, I don't think that is. So
I'm going to say something.
My opinion.
I'm going to say something right now since Gray Mouse brought all that up. Do you really trust Sony to handle your point system? They can't even stop themselves from being fucking hacked.
Well, okay, I think one thing that I got to say about that.
Serious about that.
Well, the short answer to that question is no. But let me go ahead and point something out here. I don't think it's so much a blatant push toward digital media. Okay, because yes,
silent one.
I think it's an urge. Okay, it's definitely a nudge. All right, it's not so. It's like I said, it's not so blatant. But I think this is actually hints towards something that's a little bit more blatant. Could be something a little bit more nefarious. All right, follow me here. Okay. All right. So the points that you get and the vouchers that you have, they're only applicable to be spent on things via PSN. Guess what? You're not going to be able to go ahead and accumulate these trophies or points or anyways without a PSN account. So that part, okay, it makes sense. It's already there. Okay. Mm-hmm. However, look, the trophies that are going to be worth the most points are going to be the platinum trophies. All right. When you think about that, those are the trophies that require you to grind.
Yeah,
okay?
You have to play the game.
You have to play the game. What is out there that is plaguing the landscape of the video game industry that allows you to completely sidestep that grinding process?
Season pass.
Microtransactions. Okay, and the thing is that whether or not the microtransaction comes from EA, 2K, Capcom, Ubisoft, Activision, or any other fucking ABC publishing organization out there on the platform, Sony is always going to get a cut.
True.
Of each one of those digital transactions because it's going through their platform.
Yeah, used on their platform. Very true.
Yeah.
You know what? Another thing, too, is like, do you have to have a PlayStation Plus account?
Well, of course you're going to have a PlayStation Plus account. If some of those trophies are required, it can only be unlocked via multiplayer.
Okay.
Like you said, that's going to be required.
Okay, so you answered that. So what happens when your account goes down to PlayStation Network or PlayStation? Do you lose those points?
No, the trophies still exist. Okay,
No,
that's
I know the trophies exist, but you can't redeem it because you're no longer a Plus.
No. I don't need to have PSN Plus to sit there and buy something through the PSN store.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I know.
Are you sure that's the only way that you can redeem it? Is what I'm saying. Do you have to have a Plus account to redeem your points?
You don't need a Plus account to purchase.
I wouldn't put that past Sony.
No, like for this right here, for the rewards passes, all you have to do is you have to link your PlayStation Network and Sony Rewards account, okay, to take advantage of the reward passes and stuff like that. Okay.
Maybe I'm being cynical here, but I just like the theme just said. Would you trust Nintendo with your points? They can't even hack. Or
Sony.
What did I? Did I say that?
Yes, you
did.
Nintendo.
I'm going to say Sony.
All right, we're talking phony, not pretendo. Okay, remember that. Okay, talking phony, not pretendo. All right.
I am being phony, man.
Okay, but no, the thing is about when it comes to PSN Plus and everything else, certain trophies can only be unlocked via multiplayer, so that's going to require Plus. Okay, again, this is a silent nudge toward being tethered to this particular digital service. All right. The grand upside to this is that if you're somebody who's going to go out of your way to hunt for these trophies and accomplishments and other things right now, is that guess what? Now there is a pseudo monetary reward for them. Okay, like I said, pseudo monetary, because really, what does it cost Sony? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Mm-hmm. All right. The thing about it though is that by dangling another carrot in front of players like that, who are willing to go out of their way to grind for these things, the upside that Sony will see through the fact that you're re-signing up for Plus, you're probably going to go out of your way to, if you can't grind for that, that platinum that's just, not just out of reach, maybe you can go ahead and pay some sort of microtransaction fee, and all of that. It's going to tether you down to sitting there and playing their games as much as possible, which, hey, look, they're the platform holder. They're the first-party platform publisher, and I understand that. That's how they make their money. But, generally speaking, like I said, I don't think this is really a push toward the digital-only thing. Not that they're going to stop that effort anyways, but I really think, if you think about it, unfortunately, the way that the industry is going, a lot of the publishers know that they make a lot of money off of in-game digital purchases. And this is just another thing that, like I said, another carrot to dangle in front of people that might, urge them to go ahead and partake in that sort of stuff. I mean, and
well, one thing too,
I think it's kind of evil.
one thing too is we're not considering is that the games that you're going to redeem these points on. I mean, are they AAA titles? Are they old titles?
No. You just you trade in the points, and 1,000 points equals a $10 voucher or $10 code for you. All right, and it's a $10 coupon to use something on.
So
basically,
PSN. So basically, it will be like a what do you call it? Indie game type. Because
no, you could use that $10 coupon on anything on PSN. All right, that's all it translates out to.
You just got to add up the points.
Yeah.
So you can use that for loot boxes then.
Well, here's another question: are they still going to be doing the free game a month thing?
Yeah. This is completely new. It doesn't.
That's like, last month they put out Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah,
and for free.
But the thing with all the thing with all of that, has as it's always been for those with PlayStation Plus, is that that's free for you to go ahead and access as long as you have your account active. As long as you're currently enrolled.
And that
with
that basically tethers you to PlayStation Plus to a point.
Yeah, that tethers you to it. With this, really, all you're doing is you're selling your trophies off for points, and then every 1,000 points equals a $10 voucher. All right, or basically a $10 coupon.
Let's concur with what Gray Mouse was saying earlier. When you make these purchases, and let's say your PlayStation Plus goes away, do you own these games or no?
Yes. All it is it's a discount coupon. That's it. Yeah. And like I said, I don't need PlayStation Plus in order to buy a game on PSN. I can do that whenever I want. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what's up with this. All it is a discount coupon. Okay. And like I said, really, does this cost Sony anything? Nope, not at all. Not at all. That would be like if McDonald's goes out of their way and say, hey, look, you get a free small fries with this combination. It costs them nothing. Okay. That's pretty much what this is. All right. Except, in order to get your free small fries, you've got to, order 20 number twos, and keep that little punch card to accumulate your points, and then bring it into McDonald's, and they'll give you your free fries. That's pretty much how it works out.
What, like the little Monopoly stickers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you won't be able to get them unless you go ahead and you grind through and get those trophies. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Well, for me, at least it's a good thing that I don't have that many trophies on my account to begin with.
Why?
I won't have no wasted trophies.
Yeah.
But that is kind of especially with people that have a bunch of trophies, a bunch of platinums. That sucks to see those trophies sitting there and you get nothing for them. That sucks.
Like Gray Mouse is saying, let's say if you have over 50 games for this thing and you just kept grinding, kept playing, kept running through these games, and you're everybody said, I got this trophy, you do not have it, and next thing you know, now you have all these trophies in your collection, and bam, this program gets implemented, and for people like us that barely has any trophies because we deal with fucking real life and shit like that. We can't play games for 28, 30 straight hours. Now we can go get these trophies whenever we please and be rewarded for them.
I imagine,
and especially on games like RPGs like Final Fantasy 15 and Xenogears. I'm just saying.
I imagine right now there's a handful of YouTube influencers and Twitch streamers who are cursing this shit. They are angry as fuck. All right, I'm a big fan of the Completionist. Okay, I'm a big fan of the Completionist channel. That one video gamer channel. But I could just imagine him looking back and saying, "I've platted all of these fucking games." And they could have been worth, I don't know, a few free games over PSN.
Well, you can create a new account. And
there's one caveat that people will do that. People will create a brand new account and reach those trophies.
Ponying more money to Sony.
Exactly.
To Sony.
I mean,
you're ponying more to phony.
I know several people that have two accounts. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, for Xbox One, it's required in order to play the same people in your fucking house.
Yeah. With this particular one, like I said, it's rather. I think it's a rather novel idea. Okay, it's actually no. I mean, take that back. No, it's not a novel idea. If I'm remembering things correctly, Sony and Microsoft were supposedly going to do this initially anyways when they created their online systems.
That was last generation.
Yeah, that was all the way back on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. But you know what happened is somebody was like, "Wait a minute, that means we're going to be giving shit away for free? No, let's take that away." And they decided to go ahead and they decided to go ahead and do that. You know, now with this particular one, what I am especially considering the landscape of gaming right now, I think the purpose, even though it's called a rewards program, the purpose of its implementation is probably rather blatantly nefarious in the fact that they want you. It's like I said, it's just another carrot to dangle in front of all the players, you know, to go ahead and grind things out to get these plats. And if they can't grind out to go ahead and get these plats, these same folks, if they seem willing, like I said, it's not going to be everybody. It's probably even just be a small percentage. You know, if they're willing to go ahead and, you know, drop $1.99 to $5 on a microtransaction to go ahead and get that plat, you know, this is just another push in that direction.
And if you want my opinion, man, I think it's a little too late. This should have been done, like I said, like you said, the 360 and the PlayStation 3 era.
Yeah.
And I mean, bravo for Sony for doing this finally. So what are we waiting for now? Is Microsoft going to come up with something? I mean, they're going to have to. It's always tit for tat, it seems, you know?
Well, they're going to have to give away Xbox Ones at this point.
But, so, yeah, with the Sony, with the Sony reward system, good for them. I mean, yeah. And it's just, you know, like the Reverend was saying, it's a carrot in front of people, and believe it or not, there's a lot of people. You'd be surprised how many people will follow that carrot to great length, to like we mentioned earlier, to a point to where they'll create a new account and pay for another account just so they can go back through those games and get those rewards from the old games. I would not be surprised at all if a lot of people that do that. But for them, hey, more power to them.
Hey, they can horse to that carrot. They can Bugs Bunny all they want. No, I mean, shit. For the PS4, I got over 30 games for that damn thing, and I barely even touch it because of, once again, real life. So I don't have any like overabundance of trophies earned. So this is going to be a benefit whenever I get around to it. But still, I kind of feel for the ones that earned a whole bunch of trophies and shit like that. And Sony comes out and says, "You're proud of those trophies, aren't you? Well, now these people over here can earn shit with their trophies. Oh, no. You should still carry your earnage with pride, but we're not going to offer anything for you. But you can always get a new account and start all over and get those things again."
You know, one thing, too, I think Sony is doing this the best way, to be honest with you, because grandfathering in those old achievements,
at least they didn't do it when the console life was over.
True. But, I mean, could they make it to where they could grandfather those people in? I mean, like the Reverend said earlier, you know, there's no money out of their pocket for letting people. I don't know. It could become that because, I mean, if you start redeeming all those coupons, that's a potential sell that Sony won't get because there's a coupon there to prevent that. No. So I can kind of understand why they don't want to grandfather in those people with hundreds of thousands of freaking trophies.
No, as we alluded to, they're just going to create another account and earn that shit again.
Agreed.
And the truth of the matter, like we've said in multiple times in multiple other videos, is that these guys are, you know, it's a business.
It's a business.
And every decision that they make is going to lean toward what's going to make them the most money. Grandfathering, you know, old achievements, old trophies into this particular program isn't going to make them any money.
It's not. Probably lose money by doing that.
Yeah,
it wouldn't lose money. It wouldn't make any sense business-wise in order to do that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, whether or not. No, the thing is that this is going to go ahead and this can continue on. Now, whether or not this is going to be something major that's going to help keep Sony in the position that they're in right now remains to be seen. But, you know, They could have done something worse. Really, they could have.
I don't think it's going to have any negative impact to Sony. I really don't.
Yeah.
What, the worst thing, when you earn a trophy or an achievement, they ask you for cash?
That would be great. I mean, how many times off camera we said that it would be lovely if we had every time you won an achievement or trophy, like pennies came out of your machine. You know, how many times have we said that, you know? I mean, I guess this is a way that could happen.
Yeah.
What, there's going to be a printer that attaches to your video game console so you can print your vouchers out and then go to the stores with them?
No, that's what your Wi-Fi printers. Man.
It's going to spit out a gold star. All right, is what it's going to do.
A gold star.
So you got your name on your board, and you're going to be putting.
It's in the classroom. That's a gold star.
Oh God!
Alrighty.
Wow.
I think at that point, let's go ahead and wrap this one up before we start talking going back to some really outrageous shit, you know, because at this pace we will be doing that. What we really want to know at this point, folks, is that if you follow us all the way to the end of this particular video, thank you very much for following up this far. But we really want to know what you think about this brand new rewards program that Sony has put together for their PSN accounts and the folks who have active PSN accounts, especially those trophy hunters. Are you somebody who's platted all of your games up to this point and thinking, wow, this really fucks me over? If that's the case, let us know. Are you somebody who's like, well, you know, I didn't really have a reason to plat any of my games until now? If you're in that position, we want to know too. You can tell us by leaving us a comment below. While you're at it, if you think we're worth it, go ahead and hit that like button. We would definitely appreciate it. And if you're new around here, you want to stick around and see what else we go ahead and put out, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to know whenever we drop something out, hit that notification button with that little bell, and you'll see whenever we, as the middle-aged guys, put out a new video. With that, I think all of our bullshit about Sony, PSN, and their brand new Sony Rewards program will end right here. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming, and business practices that fuck up people that already were, earning trophies. Well, maybe this will see a lot of more use now since that comes about. Credits.